card in the WFC17 second fight. It's going to be K1 rules, 3 rounds, up to 3 minutes. We shall introduce in a blue corner, 20 years, 93 kilos, 194 centimeters, 7 wins, 3 losses, coming from Austria, Aleksandar Rakic. In the red corner, 31 years, 93 kilos, 181 centimeters, 3 wins, 2 losses, coming from Slovenia, Denis Chorchyp. And the sponsor of the fight number 2 is Olimp.com, low budget transfer from Slovenia airport to the other places also in Europe. Olimp.com. The referee is Mr. Grant Waterman.
Here we come, guys.
Well, it's fight number 2 here at WFC17, and it's gonna be an all-out, thunder-clapping, hell-raising bout before you. It's gonna be a karate party because we've got the samurai, Denis Chorchyp from Slovenia, a karate black belt and a high-kicking, hip-hop superstar. Chorchyp from Slovenia comes with a 3-2-0 to this stand-up K1 rules bout. His opponent, Aleksandar Rakic. Well, Rakic is hungry. He's an ambitious and talented fighter. He's also an MMA fighter, but a K1 competitor. Well, they're going to trade here tonight. Both extremely talented stand-up fighters. Now, the height advantage goes to Rakic. Rakic fighting out of Austria. And there's the high kick from Chorchyp. And you can see the karate skills coming into play. Fluid kicks. Rakic switch hitting. Goes from orthodox to unorthodox. And he's got quite a height advantage. Looking at the numbers there. 194 centimeters, plays 181. But as this bout settles down, the power of Chorchyp is going to come into play. Left-right high kick combination, and that's a Peter Rurt special. Rakic looks very, very relaxed, taking it all in his stride, and they've settled down now, having a little look-see early doors in this 3-rounder. There's the power. Denis Chorchyp coming back from an injury, had his shoulder dislocated in his last bout. There's the power. And look at the depth in the stance that Chorchyp has brought to this. So Rakic now starting to get rattled as Chorchyp brings in the power. And to watch kickboxers at this level, the artistry involved here, absolutely fantastic. And that high kick, Miłoszygary Gidan, comes flying in from the man they call the samurai in Slovenia. Crowd in attendance here tonight, absolutely loving what's on offer. Chorchyp now driving Rakic into the corner, really powering it on. Rakic trying to keep in control. And do you know something? I have to say that the height advantage that Rakic has is not giving him much leverage here. Chorchyp is able to come under the guard and cause all kinds of problems in the midsection. And we're starting to see a red glow in the midsection of Rakic now as those Miłoszygary Chudan, to use the karate vernacular, starting to work here. And in fact, you could warm your hands on the glow from Rakic's midsection. Rakic is talented, but he hasn't got the power here. Ushiro Miłoszygary! Oh, and the crowd here. Ushiro Miłoszygary! Denis Chorchyp brings it on. Well, at the end of that round, My goodness me. Oh, fight fans, you don't get this lucky every day. What a great day in the office there for Denis Chorchyp. Well, pre-fight, there was talk that Rakic was going to cause a lot of trouble. And we can see that he's capable of it. Very relaxed, very composed, very much a fighter that likes to stay in control. But what we're seeing here tonight from the man they call the Chorchyp is absolutely unbelievable. He's a talented rap artist. He's a superstar in Slovenia. So as well as a martial artist, he's the consummate samurai because he is a performing artist. Round 2 of a Schedule 3 to what could arguably be the best stand-up bout we've seen in WFC ever. Not in a long time, I'm talking period. So, both fighters now going to take it to the next level. And beautiful, beautiful slip there from Chorchyp, goes right under that heat-seeking right hand of Rakic. So, that furious pace of the first just settled down into the second. Now, opportunity is what's being looked for here, rather than the imposing of one fighter's will on another. And that kick to the midsection, absolutely punishing, hitting the floating rib of Rakic, and he's shrugging it off, but that's got to be telling. Very focused Chorchyp. Denis Chorchyp really going in behind the guard. And look at that. Holds and strikes, it's allowed in K1 rules, but the aggression here now making the difference, and that's what's going to catch the judges' eyes. Rakic trying to take it back again to his pace, not being able to cope with the explosion, the dynamic that's coming from Denis Chorchyp here. And again, the high kick and a beautiful Mai Gary Chudan, nice front push kick. Using the ring beautifully, drawing in Rakic. And there's the attack, explosive, fires through with the punches. And that's what's causing Rakic the problems here. All traditional fighters, they say, get rid of the linear movement, try and move laterally, but Denis Chorchyp is coming into land like a 747, touching down at Heathrow. Low kick, punishing Rakic. 2 good hands there from the Austrian. Keeping his composure. How is he to deal with that explosion that just comes from nowhere? On his toes, both fighters looking to advantage, and it's a cat and mouse game. They've really eased off in terms of exposure, and that is a beautiful slip that is being employed by Denis Chorchyp. 10-second clapper. And that high kick whistles past the nose of Denis Rakic. Another great round for the Slovenian fighter. Now at this stage, my only concern is that Chorchyp has got enough fuel in the tank to maintain this level into the third. I got the feeling that Rakic was trying to preserve energy, trying to hold a little something back for the third and final. But will the Budo ethic, will the strength of Itsugaiki come into play here? for Denis Chorchyp. Well, he looks a bit too lemon fresh for my liking, does Aleksandar Rakic. Third and final round in the second bout here. Our K1 rules employed here for this bout. So far, both fighters have looked very even, but it has to be said that Chorchyp has edged ahead on points in both rounds. Thundering in that low kick. Beautiful feint there, brought it in low, took it up high. Rakic trying to work the combinations, it has to be said, but he's finding such an awkward opponent in Denis Chorchyp. So he's starting to blow now, and this is where alarm bells can ring. Both fighters know they've got to step it up. And Chorchyp brings it on full throttle. Takes Rakic to the ropes. Explodes in. Rakic now getting dangerous. Beautiful technique from Chorchyp. Holds the knee in the knee strike. So halfway through this third and final round. Who can dig deep? Who can find the extra? Who's going to bring to the party something very special and dynamic? So with just over 1 minute left, Chorchyp trying to cruise, trying to rest. Brings in another thunderous attack. And again, the high kick goes up. Under a minute left. Rakic has all the work to do. Can't land the punch square. And Chorchyp brings in a left, puts in a right over the top. Chorchyp knows that Rakic has to bring it to him. With just 30 seconds left on this clock. Who's going to finish this strong? Who's going to convince the judges that they deserve to take this back? From the outset, Denis Chorchyp brought it full on. He hasn't been matched by Aleksandar Rakic. The 10-second clapper, we're not going to see someone hit the mat here tonight, but what we are going to see is an absolutely tactical victory from Denis Chorchyp. And that's it at the bell. And for my money, it has to be the man who is a hip-hop superstar, Denis Chorchyp. Stunning fight. Absolute battle between these two giants of stand-up. Well, for my money, Chorchyp edged it in the first 2 rounds. And I'd probably say that it was even on the third. But we're waiting for an official verdict on that.
Dear spectators in Hala Tivoli and also of the country United Arab Emirates, it's gonna be extra round.
Well, under K1 rules, if it's too close to call, we go one more round of 3 minutes. It's a golden round because it's do or die. What has gone before
seconds out
means nothing. It's all going to be decided here and now. So an extra round. And this is where the fighters have to dig deep into the very anthropology of themselves. Well, at the outset, I said this was capable of being the best WFC17 bout of the night. I think as stand-up bouts goes, it's certainly been one of the best, if not the. We've got one more round to go. Denis Chorchyp, the man they call Chorchyp, takes on Aleksandar Rakic. So, Chorchyp starting to gas here, which is the worst thing that can happen. He needs to dig deep and to bring on the attack at this stage. Has he got enough gas in the tank? Rakic brings it on. So Rakic looking to just outbox here, and in the clinch, Dennis Waterman very quick to separate them. So these two gladiators, a spent force, need to find the strength and the energy, the true warrior spirit. Well, this is decidedly turning in Rakic's favour. Aleksandar Rakic kept something in the tank. What Denis needs to do now is to launch an all-out attack. Under a minute left in this last round. But Chorchyp looking a spent force here. Is this a case of too much early on? Rakic stalking, headhunting. Chorchyp looking to coast, but you can't do that in a K1 ring. You've got to dig deep, and you've got to bring it. Under half a minute left. Whoever finishes this round the strongest is the one that will take this bout. And Chorchyp lands a big, big punch. 10-second clapper. This is where the work has got to be done. Chorchyp takes a big shot. And on the bell, big finish from Aleksandar Rakic. Was it enough? So this will be interesting. Chorchyp came from a dominating position right at the end of the third round. And then, when it went to the extra, he'd given all. Not enough in the tank. Well, Rakic claiming the victory. Both fighters absolutely spent. But true warrior of Budo ethic employed as Rakic goes over to congratulate Chorchyp. So we're waiting for the official verdict. The judges' scorecards are in.
Let's go.
And we have ended the second match of today, WFC17. And the winner is by majority decision. In the blue corner, Aleksandar Rakic.
Well, there's the verdict. How unfortunate that it should end that way for Team Chorchyp. You have to say that over the long term,